first fact is flamingos bend their legs at the ankle and not at the knee. They essentially stand on tiptoe. Their knees are closer to the body and are covered by feathers. I did not know that. Okay. Roller coasters were invented to distract Americans from sin. In the 1880s, Hosier businessman Lamarcus Thompson hated that Americans were tempted by hedonistic places like saloons or brothels, so he set out to straighten up one of the most immoral places he could think of, Coney Island in New York. There he built Americans' first roller coaster to give New Yorkers some good, clear fun away from seedier pastimes. Okay. Fun. Nice man. I'm sure he was awesome. Ice pops were invented by an 11-year-old by accident. I can't imagine that. So, in 1905, an 11-year-old boy named Frank Epperson left soda powder and water outside overnight with its wooden stir still in the cup. The mixture had frozen in the chilly nighttime weather, and so the Apsicle was born. He sold the treat around his neighborhood and a nearby amusement park and even patented the recipe. Years later, he changed the name to Popsicle because that's what kids called their pops. Goshen. Okay, the next one is sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins can. I did not know. By slowing their heart rates, sloths can hold their breath for up to 40 minutes. Dolphins need to come up for air after about 10 minutes. I need to come up for like 30 seconds. A woman was elected to Congress before women's suffrage. American women were given the right to vote in 1920, but Jeanette Rankin became the first woman in the U.S. federal office in 1916. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I know that one. Fruit Loops are all the same colour, flavour. Sometimes I can't read properly. No point in eating around the purple ones. All Fruit Loops taste like fruit. Okay. Other than the wild berry Fruit Loops. Supermarket apples can be a year old. What? I hope not. These weeds facts might have you changing the way you eat. Those fresh apples aren't that fresh per se. They're usually picked between August and November, covered in wax, hot air dried, and sent into cold storage. After 6 to 12 months, they finally land on our grocery store shelves. Oh boy, I didn't want to know that. Really? Oh. Okay. Next one's fun. It's impossible to hum while holding your nose. I can imagine why, but we're definitely gonna try that one out. We can't. That was terrifying. I might have to cut that out. That was not good. Try it at home. Okay, it said you tested it right, didn't you? Normally when you hum, the air is able to escape through your nose to create the sound. And of course, it can do that. It can't do that when you're holding it shut. Kind of fun. Okay, that's a good one. Octopuses have 3 hearts. Okay, what if you break one though? Squids do too. One pumps blood into the whole system and 2 are dedicated just to the gills. Quite interesting. Most wasabi paste isn't real wasabi. I know that because it's super expensive and stuff, so they don't use that. Wasabi's expensive, so most companies use horseradish instead. Yeah. Okay. What? Okay. person to save prunes to keep their mouth taut. And that look predatory predated today's fish face selfie. What? Prune. What? Prunes. Oh yeah, prunes. Prawns. It does look a little like duck face. Okay, oh my god. In the Philippines, McDonald's serves spaghetti. What? Some of these weird facts that are very unexpected. The pasta comes with a beef tomato sauce and a piece of McDo fried chicken. That sounds vague. No. Okay. Adolf Hitler was nominated for Nobel Peace Prize. I didn't know that. But he didn't get it. Don't worry, the Swedish politician who sent the letter of nomination in 1939 meant it ironically and withdrew his nomination. In an even more ironic twist, Hitler had banned Germany from Germans from accepting the awards 4 years before his own name was thrown in the rig. Yeah, don't think he deserves that, doesn't he? The next fact is, lobsters taste with their feet. That'd be gross. I hate feet. I hate feet with a passion. I'm like disgusted by feet. Do you think they would smell like feet then? Tiny bristles inside a lobster's little pinches are the equivalent to human taste buds. Meanwhile, lobsters' teeth are in one of their 3 stomachs. Delicious. I hate lobsters. Creep me out. Never ate it. Not for me. 3 Musketeer bars got their name because they used to come with 3 flavors. The original 3 Musketeer bars of the 1930s came in 3 packs with a different nougat flavor in each: vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry. World War II rations made that triple treat expensive, so the company cut down to 1. I've never heard of that. Have you heard of that? I've actually never heard of Musketeer bars. Oh, the next one's fun. Before toilet paper was invented, Americans used to use corn cobs. I mean, yeah. Alternatively, they'd use periodicals like the Farmer's Almanac, which was designed with a hole so it could hang it outhouse. What? The Empire State Building has its own zip code. I mean, it makes sense that it does because, so many buildings and stuff, so many apartments are inside it. It does make sense. Okay, I didn't know that. The shortest war in history lasted 38 minutes. What? When the Sultan of British protected Zanzibar died and a new one took over without Britain's approval in 1896, the Brits were not happy. Tension escalated when Sultan Khalid bin Bargash refused to step down. But the British warships spent less than 40 minutes bombarding the place before Khalid fled, making the very quick end of the Anglo-Zanzibar War. It's kind of funny. I just imagine running around from the castle. Okay. Blue whale tongues can weigh as much as an elephant. Their heart, meanwhile, can weigh almost a ton and needs to beat just once every 10 seconds. That's crazy, actually. What? Imagine, just having a tongue that weighs that much. I find the ocean quite scary. It's just unimaginable that there's stuff out there that's this big. Weird. Oh, speaking of underwater, the world's largest waterfall is underwater. Crazy. Yes, there are waterfalls under the ocean. At the Denmark Strait, the cold sun getting in Her Majesty's eyes. Slag has been doing it for 3 decades but isn't allowed to sit in the throne, so she has to squat above it. No. Here are oh, that's kind of funny. A poor old girl isn't allowed to sit on her throne. You'd think they'd let it like once. Shadows are darker on the moon. On Earth, the atmosphere scatters most sunlight, so our shadows aren't too dark. But on the moon, shadows are so dark that Neil Armstrong said he had trouble seeing where he was going. That's fun. Some sea cucumbers fight with their guts. When threatened, they'll shoot out their internal organs, which are poisonous to predators. They'll sometimes get rid of an entire digestive system, but the organs grow back. It's kind of fun. Just think of you're like a little fish and you swim up to the sea cucumber and you're like, hey, what's up? And then this thing just shoots like an entire liver or something at you. Like, how scary would that be? The Statue of Liberty used to be a lighthouse. I didn't know that. About a month after the statue's 1886 dedication, it became a working lighthouse for 16 years, which its storage visible from 24 miles away. My reading is just not great. Oh, that's a good fact, because I already did know that, because we covered that in biology. So, strawberries aren't berries. Yes. Neither raspberries or blackberries, according to botanics. True berries stem from one single ovary flower and have 2 or more seeds. Strawberries don't fit that bill, but bananas, kiwis, and watermelons do. That's true also on cucumbers. Cucumbers are technically berries. Bananas, kiwis, watermelons. So a berry is considered everything that has the seeds inside. So a grape, for example, is a berry because it has the seeds inside. But strawberries aren't berries because they have all the seeds on the outside, same as raspberries and blackberries. So technically not berries. The US Treasury once printed $1,000 bills. Kinda cool. Between December 18, 1934 and January 9th, 1935. The notes with Woodrow Wilson's face were issued to Federal Reserve banks but never went out to the general public, which is probably for the best. Can you imagine losing that bill? True. That would be really unlucky if you lose that. Okay guys, we're gonna do one last fact. Okay, that is NASA uses countdowns because of a sci-fi film. The countdown for slang used to create suspense. The rocket launch scene of his 1929 silent film Fremont didn't just change film history, it also inspired NASA to use countdowns before its own blast-off. It's not exactly a race against the clock though. NASA can feel free to pause the clock to check mechanical difficulties